Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and former mortician's assistant. Beware, beware. That might not be a phone jingling in your pocket. Join the Nevermorians for morning mischief and madness at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Your sense of humor is the only thing you need to wear.
Oh, hello there. Hello. How's everybody doing? How the heck are you this morning? Anyway, welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore with me, your host, Brian K. Morris. Whether you're watching live or on the rerun, thank you for your kind attentions. Glad you're here. And please, if you're watching on Facebook, on the Rising Tide or Geek Insider or Indie Event pages, please give those pages a like, okay? And share it with your friends so other people can see what we're up to, okay? Also, if you are watching us on YouTube, please give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you can get all the notifications for when we do our shows, okay? And this show is brought to you by geekinsider.com as well as risingtide.pub. Hope you're all having a great morning already. People are excited. They're entering the room. And let's get back and scroll. And there we go. He's tired, but he's here. Carl Witzman, don't forget the green room tonight at Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page. If you want to get on there to contact Carl or me, or Carly Carleen, or Donna Carleen, or anybody who's there can let you in. But the key is you must not be easily offended, and be ready to participate in the discussions, which are always fun. And Carl Witzman says that's what you get when you stay up until midnight waiting to vote for Eric Hawkins on the Drawn and Quartered Art Show. Congratulations, by the way, to Eric Hawkins for winning the G.I. Joe drawing contest last night. Very cool. Way to go, Eric. Way to go, Team Hawkins. Yes. And Carl, I noticed your new camera setup. Is that one you recommended to me the other day? Because that is a sweet looking rig you got there, Carl. And Carl's not only watching us from YouTube, he is watching us from Facebook as well. Good morning again, sir. And Carleen, sorry, not feeling it for you. Oh dear, poor girl. She probably went to bed at a decent hour, like at 11:59. And Charles F. Millhouse, good morning to you, sir. And Pulp Reality is coming together. I am so excited. That's a brand new magazine that Charles F. Millhouse is putting out, hopefully in the next few months, and looking forward to seeing that in all its glory. All right, and we got to say hello to Cindy Saran, Cindy, mwah, and Teresa Dunn, mwah. Teresa's made some headway in her new book, Poetry Expressions, too, and I am so very thrilled. And love you, Carly, but we're seeing a fight brewing here, and there he is, the one, the only Christian Basil. Arise, Morris Monster, arise from your golden toilet seat. For God's sakes, don't forget to wash your hands. Good man. Oh, and by the way, while you're here, Christian, I want to give this young man a shout out here. Pay attention, everyone, please.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
All right, please, hashtag become part of the legend. All right, and we are now joined by Joe Dog McKeel, who's watching us from the YouTube place. And how do you, what did I miss? Not a thing, sir. We were vamping till you could show up, my friend. Hope you're doing well this morning. Saturday night, 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 p.m. Central. We haven't had enough brain juice either. All better now. Anyway, 11 o'clock on Saturday night. Tune in to Stupid O'Clock on YouTube and on Facebook. Check out their Facebook page and give that a like, okay? And Carleen says, elbow cough, elbow cough, elbow cough, elbow cough. And Sarah, you two kids. Mwah, Sarah, hope you are doing well this morning, darling. Thinking of you. And Carl Witzman, where's Christian Basil? Oh, there he is. And just in time, Joe Dog, says Carleen. That's right. We're in time for David Atkins. I currently have stopped imagining a worse world, horror or anything, because most of the worst movie. Yeah, right now, written by Stephen King, directed by Quentin Tarantino, I know. And cheer up, David. We've got 4.5 months to go. Oh, I knew you'd be happy about that. I'm here to spread the joy. And hi, Sarah. And I haven't missed anything, Joe Dog. Or you haven't missed anything, Joe Dog. You probably can tune in for the whole 2 hours and you won't have missed anything except 120 minutes of your day. And let's see, Wilbur Bolton. Wilbur, good to see you, man. Hope your morning's going well. Adrian Johnson, always a pleasure, sir. And John B. Pica, Citizen Pica, as always, a pleasure and a delight. And Cindy Kep, of course, mwah, glad to see you, Cindy. Happy Fri-YAY. Well, Fri-YAY to you. Happy one to you too, darling. And Cindy has a brand new book out, Animal Eye. And she is currently working on some side projects concerning that wonderful publication available on Amazon and from bearpublications.com. And as if that wasn't enough, Cindy, I just started page 3. I had an assignment come up and had to get it done, but we hope to get your critique done in a couple of days. Yes, we're doing it because we love her. And Cindy Dunn said, or excuse me, Teresa Dunn, that's somebody else. Cindy Kemp, I was mixing them up. We're having mashups this morning. I'm having hallucinations, is what it sounds like. Anyway, good morning, Brian. Feeling groovy, as well you should, young lady. You are making some progress. And hey there, Sarah. How you doing, sweetie? And hey, dog, Joe Dog and Sarah. And Marvy, see, nope, we skipped ahead. It's Friday, and it was tough to crawl out of bed this morning. I hear you, sir. And good morning, Multiverse, to you too, my friend. And let's see. This thing just scrolled way past all your comments. Hold on, people. Let's see, and we're gonna get this. And there we go. Joe Dog and Sarah being said howdy by Carl Witzman from YouTube, and Marvy Artwork. Hello. How are you doing today, Marvy? It is good to see you as always. Hope you are doing well. Speaking of doing well, real fast, everyone. This afternoon, if you inexplicably haven't gotten enough of me, this afternoon we'll be on at 4 p.m. on the MAPLD FanFest page on Facebook and on YouTube, or on Facebook. Excuse me, I'll be on Facebook. And please check it out. It's going to be a 2-day comic book convention. And I'm really excited to be there. And I want to thank Maria Gonzalez for having me. And today at 4, we're going to talk about independence versus the mainstream comics. We'll let the conversation go in any direction you like. And the MAPLD, I think you're on our feed right now. We welcome you. And please, the way it works out is you type in your comments. I will answer. We will have a discussion, and it's a Q&A. And we will have a lot of fun. That's the one mandatory part. You must have fun. There is no way around that. And hello all from my Daniel's mom, Molly, watching us from YouTube. Hope you are having a fantastic morning. And hi there, says Sarah. Hi there, sweetie. And Molly, says Carl Witzman. And Carleen says it's morning. I'm only going by what other people tell me, Carly. I have no frame of reference anymore. David Atkins, sorry, table acting up. Tablet acting up, excuse me, but was saying that this world has come to be much worse than most of my horror ideas could come up with. Well, then you got to try harder, David. We can do better. We can always do better. And watching on my phone from Illinois, says Molly Daniels. I'm sorry, hon. I'm sorry I had to go to those links in order to enjoy this show, but let's see. Oh, and Pops Van Zandt is watching us. Pops, a pleasure as always, sir. And Crom Con 6 is in the works. That sounds exciting. That's his comic convention on the air, and looks from what I've seen, another great lineup. I'm looking forward to sampling a little bit of that. And yay, Eric, says Carleen. I agree. Well done, Eric Hawkins. We'll have to congratulate him when he shows up. And Joe Dog McKeel, great YouTube audio is out of sync. Now, Brian is bad Japanese movie. I usually am. I am the rubber monster suit. Oh, by the way, Joe Dog, if you aren't watching, if you like that sort of thing, check out the official Ultraman channel on YouTube, because they've got a brand new series called Ultraman Z, and something happened around episode 5 or so. The first 4 or 5 were very much in the vein of the original Ultraman show, and then all of a sudden, it took a serious uptick in quality. It got really good. And he is Ultraman Z. This guy is Ultraman Z. He works for an outfit called Storage that is charged with defending the Earth from alien monsters. I don't know why they call it Storage, though. Anyway, I got to go back and watch some of the episodes I missed of the previous series. But this one guy has the power of not just one, but currently about 9 of the previous Ultramen as well. And he's fighting a menace that is combining new and classic monsters. It's a really fun show. It's really good. Definitely check it out. And Sarah says, apparently the glowing ball of fire in the sky says this morning, Carlene, is it talking to you too? Oh dear. And Cindy Camp says, go Eric, go Eric. Yeah, well, Eric, get in here and get your kudos, dude. And Charles F. Millhouse, this show has been certified geek-friendly by stormgatepress.com. That is truly the greatest honor this show could possibly have, aside from me leaving it. Anyway, Charles, thank you very much. And check out stormgatepress.com. Charles is, let's see, you're about to release a new horror anthology, I believe. And he's got a whole bunch of really great projects, including the amazing Captain Hawkland series. If you like classic adventure, that is the guy for you. Check it out. And yes, the $27 camera worth twice the price. Well, I missed the sale on it. I got distracted. And but even so, twice, it's back to like about $50 or $60. And if that's the quality of picture you're getting, Carl, that's a sweetie. I may pull the trigger on it this weekend. So, thank you. So thank you for the recommendation, Carl. Yeah, that's a sweet, sweet picture you're getting there. So I'm on it. And Adrian Johnson, morning, Brian and friends. Adrian, a pleasure as always, sir. Hope your morning's going well and hope your weekend's looking good too. David Atkins from YouTube says, all this news about stimulus packages, riots, and more kills all my ideas of writing until I went back to fun writing of Enter and Die, not horror. Very ironic Christian treasure mystery. That sounds cool, David. That sounds like a lot of fun. Well, and that's the same thing. I have to say, we think along similar lines at times, and which probably should frighten a lot of people. But no, and Ted Davies just saw you sneak in, brother. Hope your morning's going well, brother. Anyway, yeah, I want to write something fun because the last couple things I've written have been very, very dark, and so he's already announced it, so I feel free to say this. Luke Stone is putting together a trade paperback collection of the first 5 issues of Hybrids, The Sons of Gods, that great comic book series of his. And there will be a new story in there by myself and Eric Hawkins. Okay, a 2-pager featuring Trash Man and Chlorine, but they're not on a date. We think you'll like it, and looking forward to that coming out. The Indiegogo for that is going to start this weekend, I believe. So keep an eye on that. We'll be promoting that. And if you look at my profile page on Facebook, it will tell you. Luke has a post on there that tells you a little more about it. And Carlene says, peers out window. Oh, is that what that is, Sarah? Yeah, I know. It burns almost as much as me touching a crucifix. Carl Westman, whoa, The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, a Doctor Who radio show ad? Nice. Yeah, credit Christian with that. And we are going to play that every so often, and it's going to join the rotation. And we are looking at commercial sponsorship, by the way. We're going to run some ads like Carl's ad for Comics Price Guide and JourneyIntoComics.com, as well as Christian's Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, because those 3 guys have done so much for us in terms of helping the look and the sound of the show and the tone, that it is the absolute least we can do. So, and plus we are opening ourselves up for commercial exploitation. Exploit us, by God. We're getting a pretty good reach these days, and that's even with Facebook kind of suppressing our message, because as a lot of broadcasters know, if you put in a link in your announcement of your upcoming broadcast, Facebook suppresses the reach. We would probably be, by my calculations, we probably would be reaching, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, probably about 2,000 people per show, which for Facebook is not horrible. It's pretty darn good. We're nowhere near Christian Basil's in range of influence, but he's worked so very hard for it. We understand. So yeah, but check out The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. It is a fantastic show. It is endorsed by Rising Tide Publications. Yes, that would be the burning of the flesh and retina. So Sarah, who knows all about that stuff, she is a vampirist, and we love her. And woohoo, Sarah, get out your power strip. Here's my plug, and you're welcome, brother. Glad to do it, brother. Anyway, Carl Westman, I knew that I smelled something burning. I think it's love. Just like the old song by Kenny Rogers in the first edition. And good morning, all feeling groovy. Glad to hear that, Teresa. Mwah. And Joe McKeel says, had to come down to Facebook, not into bad Japanese movie audio. Well, don't know what your problem is, Christian. You know, you really... It'll get better. Anyway, Joe's like, don't screw with me, man. Do not screw with me. And Carl Wisman says, we have improved the sound and video on our shows, but don't worry, we are not changing the poor quality of our content. Well, I feel better about that. I appreciate that. Seriously, I do. It gives me hope for things to come. And we just shot past a whole bunch of your comments here. We're gonna... Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Let's get a little bit more. You guys are getting some great comments this morning, and I love it. And let's see, John B. Pica. There we go. It's Friday, and it was tough to crawl out of bed this morning. Yeah, I got that earlier. That was my fault. But yeah, I was ready to coast a little bit. I've got 2 broadcasts today, so I can't do that. I don't have the luxury. Christian Basil. Written by Stephen King, directed by Quentin Tarantino, soundtrack by Yoko Ono. Oh dear God, that explains everything. Amy Hale says, "Good morning, everyone." Mwah to Amy Hale. So good to see you, hon. Hope you are looking forward to a good weekend. I hope your boy gets feeling better. Give us a progress report, please. And Cindy Cap, I totally understand. Looking forward to your notes. I hope so. You're off to a very promising start, Cindy. I will say that much. I've got some kvetches, but I think they're fixable. Carl Wisman, making note of MAPLD. Yes, that will be 4 p.m. this afternoon Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Central, and we will be talking about independent comics versus the mainstream. And we're also going to probably be giving some information on how to get started in comics, if that's where your interests lie. And I want to say hello to Clyde Hall, who coined the term Nevermorian. So you have that talented man to thank, who's going to be in the first Doc Saga anthology that we're going to start seriously editing this week. As of probably Sunday, we will be accepting no more freelance, outside freelance comic writing gigs until probably the end of the year. We've got to get Doc Saga out. And also got to say hello to Brandon Wheatley. Brandon, always a pleasure. Hope your morning's going well, my friend. And I see Niobe Comics sneaking in here. Niobe, you can't fool me. How you doing? Good morning to you. And the hell is going on here, Pops? We were just waiting for you to start the real trouble, dude. Start promoting CromCon 6, my friend. And Teresa Dunn has a secret. They cannot tell it until after her book comes out, but it is good news. Oh, yeah. And I can see him and hear him. Upgrades. What, you need upgrades to keep me off your set? What is this, Pops? What the hell? Anyway, hope your morning's going well, brother. Good to see you as always. And Rebel Gaming says Cromcast. Oh, yeah. Cromcast 6. That's the one. Hey, good to see you, man. Hope your morning's going well. And Ted Davies, good morning to you. And he brings the coffee. God bless that young boy. He knows what we like. He knows what we need. All right. Oh, he knows what boys like. Boys like me. Wait a minute. Anyway, David Atkins says, an unknown pirate used a stolen treasure to settle down with his love, but creates a house of traps to keep his children safe from looters. The burning on the doors says it all. Enter and die. That sounds like fun. That sounds really cool. And I've been in a pirate mood lately, so let's see that book come out. Christian Basil, Rubber Monster Suit, hashtag Dino Board. Then, you know, next time you see those videos of the giant Tyrannosaurus Rex going down the middle of the mall, think of that, Christian Basil. Think of that. And I know he does. I know he thinks of it often. This is where this young man, he did a search for hashtag dino porn, and it was at this moment that the boy became a man. Anyway, so Gresham's going, get rid of that picture. No way. Anyway, Molly Daniels says, I'm in mourning the powers that have canceled the Indianapolis Christmas and Toy Hobby Show in November, just as the day job approved my time off for it. Yeah, Molly, I know what you mean. I kind of hate getting room reservations for shows because I've got 3 in October, and I am moderately confident in 2 of them happening. Not 100% about one of them because they've already asked me about the viability of an online convention. So, but it's a small community, and a lot of small communities are very, very concerned about the Miley Cyrus or the My Sharona Miley Cyrus Peter pandemic. And I get it. I 100,000% get it. We've all got to be careful, and there's a lot of people who are not. And as much as it would be, oh God, how I want to get out and give some hugs to my friends who I know have been taking care of themselves. But by the same token, I want to keep everyone safe because getting, um, you know, for those of us who do believe in this, we want to make sure that everyone is safe. All right. So anyway, we'll keep you posted. We have 3 dates in October. One is uh, at Hannibal, Missouri, October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, the Big River Comic Con. Go to brcchannibal.com for more information on that. We are still a go for that. Plus, I have a personal appearance at Castle Perilous in Carbondale, Illinois at the end of the month. And also, well, let's just take a look. Also, Kokomo Con on, let's see, there we go. September, October. There we go. Yes, October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th will be Big River Comic Con, brcchannibal.com. And then the weekend after that, on the 10th, will be the SI Comic Con in Benton, Illinois. I'm looking forward to that as always. That was pushed off from the start of the year. And then on the 17th is Kokomo Con, which will be my last official convention of the year. And they, if you want to know more about that, contact Sean D. Hilton, who I believe still may have some tables left. And the thing is, he doesn't really sell table space so much as cubicles, so it will be a lot easier to socially distance there. You can take further precautions than normal. And Castle Perilous will be at the end of the month, but we'll have more information on that. That should be in conjunction with the annual Halloween Comic Fest. So we're looking forward to being there. And sorry about that, Molly. I agree with Carl. Yeah, definitely, Molly. We are sorry that the show didn't come off, but honestly, Molly, I've got a couple shows that I booked for 2021, and they've already canceled because they don't see any sort of end to this. And if you follow the news, God help you, you'll see that a lot of states are ramping up. If anything, they're going backwards on their plans because, we were supposed to, Indiana was supposed to be in phase 5 well before now, like July 4th, which meant we would still wear masks, we would still socially distance, but virtually everything would be open, with minor considerations, I think, for large crowds. But as it is, our governor, like many governors, is making mask wearing a must, and has written a proclamation to that extent. Also, Illinois Governor Pritzker there, J.B. Pritzker, is signing, I think, an executive order that's going to make assaulting store workers or restaurant workers who try to enforce mask rules. He's going to make assaulting them a felony. I think it's punishable up to $50,000 and 5 years in jail. So, yeah, we'll keep you posted, but just keep positive. All right. Pops Van Zandt says the comic community is an awesome crowd. The love everyone is getting on the crowdfunding projects. Keep backing each other up. Amen, brother. And we hope that your campaign's going well. Pops, please put in a link to that Kickstarter. All right, which is also going to tie in with Voodoo Nation by Luke Stone and Travis Gibb, and they are going to have a crossover cover where you put them both together and it's one big scene. I think that's brilliant, Pops. That is brilliant. So please check it out. Plus, you get to see Pops inside that comic, which you're going to throw your dino porn away the minute you see his lovely visage. Anyway, the comic-related madness approves. Pops Van Zandt, that's gold there, brother. That is gold, and we approve of the comic madness. Hopefully that doesn't cost you any any viewers. And Ted Davies goes, brand new cigar video. How are you going to light that thing? All right, and it's pronounced and spelled correctly. Thang. Please like, share, and subscribe, and enjoy the journey. I admit I've got the second one queued up to watch this weekend, hopefully. And I enjoyed the heck out of the first one, and I'm not a smoker, okay? But there is something about the artistry, and of course, Ted Davies' artistry. Look for that channel, look for that .com on the interwebs. The artistry and the appreciation that you and Carl have is infectious. It really is. It is a joy to watch. And John B. Pica says, okay, creatives, I need your encouragement this AM. You pour your heart into your creative endeavors, push the content out, and crickets. Your friends and fans don't react, don't share, don't even seem to care. Nobody seems to care. How do you overcome that? I would love to get more input from my Nevermorians on this. John, I understand. There are some days, and I wish I could do more. But I try to share your messages. I try to share, when you share it with me, I will gladly try to get you some fresh eyes. But that's the thing. This is a lonely endeavor. It really is. And, you just have to hit it hard. And, I'm constantly saying that even if a niche as you and I are in our creative offerings, our audience is out there. It's just simply a matter of trying to find a way to get to them and let them know you're around. There is no formula for it. There is no guarantees. Cindy Kep, you guys should be 1,000 times bigger. Okay. You both should be too good to speak to us. And there's a lot of you on here. I feel the same way about that. Right now it is chaotic. There are other concerns other than books and comics and great cosplay, things like that. But we just have to. The one thing we have to do is never give up. John, you've got superb product. You really do, and it's just a matter of time. It's like my first book came out, and I expected it to sell 5 times as many as it did, and it didn't. But just the fact that you're attracting people to your YouTube, to your Patreon, look for the Impossiblest people, and just give this guy some love. Even $1 on his Patreon will help him a lot. All right. So please check out Irene Boyer. Mwah, Irene, glad to see you. Hope your morning's going well. Hope you're looking forward to a great weekend. And let's see, do I have anybody else that I missed? Douglas Deck. Douglas, good to see you, sir. Hope your morning's going well. And Niobe Comics said hello to you already, I hope. Anyway, good to see you, sir. And Cindy Cap, to help defeat the evil monsters, check out Smash Words with me. Thank you, Cindy Cap. Also, please check out CKOEPP.com. Cindy Cap has a line of incredible science fiction and game-lit books that you will enjoy. And she's got some other projects that I'm really excited about. Plus, subscribe to her. She's posts jokes all day long, and I love it. It is seriously cool. And she's funny. She is a great lady and a great writer. I'm really enjoying what I'm reading right now. I really am. We're just going to tighten it up and make it even better. Anyway, David Atkins, hey Carl, today spent 2 hours writing the story and seems to be a great one. Never used to humor in writing, but this father and dad have a great relationship. I feel with my daughter, very snarky. Oh, cool. Well, that's the sort of relationship I had with my mother. So I dig it. I dig that, David. That is cool. And Molly Daniel says, Vegas will cheer me up. I bet it would. And Pops Van Zandt says, posted in the madness. Promotion and exposure is what we do. Pops, and the same thing, Pops, please utilize my forums. Well, I know you do. I know. I've still got to figure out what's wrong with the Rising Tide page. Occasionally, people are posting there, but haven't a lot of people, I think it was you for one, were having trouble posting from outside. I don't know what it is. I think it's Facebook's latest improvement, but anyway, if that doesn't happen, just we'll make it work, Pops. We always do. All right, but thank you, Pops. I may have to post my MAPLD appearance at 4 p.m. Eastern on there today because I'm on another virtual convention, and they are conventions, Pops. You and I know that. And anyway, Cindy Cap says this will help Ultraman win the war. Yes, definitely go to my page on Amazon where you can get books like the original Skyman Battles Master of Steam. I would say it's a feel-good book, and we need feel-good books right now. And if you like laughs, check out my Sandestein, the post-holiday Prometheus. And we've got other books there that will make you happy. We've got Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, working on the sequel later this year. Swear to God we are. Which is why I'm limiting my outside activities. I have got to get Aquatic done. That will be after the anthology because my contributors are waiting for me, mostly. Otherwise, I would go straight to Aquatic. This is more important because I have people waiting on me. Then we'll finish Aquatic, and then the next novel will be Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion. And then we'll either probably do another Doc Saga or we'll finish off the Volcana trilogy because we've got plans for that book. And there he is, the man, Tyrone Tony Reed Jr., my friend, my brother. I am so glad to see you here. Happy Fri-YAY, everyone. That's what I want to hear. Have a great and relaxing weekend. If you can, if you go to TyroneTonyReedJr.com. Check out his amazing Soul Ad books. He is awesome. I love you, Tony. Hope you are having a great weekend. I call him Tyrone and Tony. I'm just Mr. Reed. I'll just call you anything. And I will never call you late for dinner. And Carl Witzman says, yes, David, humor, even dark humor, has a place everywhere. Oh, yeah, seriously. And don't lose your shirt in Vegas, Molly. For what that makes me think. Yes, and dark humor is always fun, Sarah. Sarah says, I agree with you, sweetheart. That's why it was such a joy to write Sandestein. And by the way, I've been talking with some people, and maybe this is a little bit of hubris on my part, but we are going to release a special edition of Sandestein in 2023. That will be the 10th anniversary of that book. It'll also be the 10th anniversary of my first published paperback book. And we are going to create a deluxe edition of Sandestein that we think you'll like, and we got 2 years to do it. So let's see if we can make that happen. And this shows you how far I've come as a marketer. I released a Christmas theme book in March. Okay, so anyway, Pops Van Zant says hybrids. Oh yeah, I'm in there. I'm going to be in there, and my buddy Eric S. Hawkins is going to be illustrating the story about a non-date with Trash Man and Chlorine, and I think you will like it. I found it amusing. Anyway, and one by Rogue Mahan, drawn by Jim O'Reilly, Raj Mahan, and drawn by Jim O'Reilly in the Hybrids book too, and Secrets. Oh yeah, Luke's been telling me about a bunch of stuff that's coming up for the trade paperback release of Hybrids, and it's looking good. Seriously, and I own all 5 issues plus the Ted Davies variant cover. And I am going to be supporting this project as well. So, LOL, Carl says, Molly Daniels, never fear. No one wants to see that. Oh, yeah, pics. Send the pictures and let me be the judge. Anyway, Eric Hawkins, good morning, all. Eric, good morning to you, my friend. Eric is my collaborator once again on a special 2-page story in Hybrids, the Sons of Gods. Trade paperback, and the Indiegogo will be launching this weekend, I believe. And Eric, congratulations on your win in the drawing contest last night. Well done, young man. Well done. And if you want some fun reading material, check out Animal Eye and check out that entry on Amazon. Check out all the works of Cindy Kemp. She is an amazingly talented lady and one of the sweetest people I know. And waiting for the time when I don't have to worry about infecting anyone, and because we owe each other hugs. Anyway, Carl Wisman says from YouTube, we have improved the sound and video on our shows. Don't worry, we're not changing the poor quality of our content. I read that earlier. Okay, we're finally making some headway in the comments. And hey, Eric, congratulations on your wins, says Cindy Kemp. And Joe McKeel, Facebook suppression. So that explains why I can't do online events anymore. Joe, we can talk about that. But yeah, for the longest time, Facebook has actually suppressed announcements on the feeds. And this is all I'm talking about. I don't know about anything about stopping broadcasts, although sometimes I found that when I used OBS and Facebook, they did not talk to each other well after a certain time, which is one of the reasons I went to StreamYard. But yeah, see, Facebook, like Amazon, like Walmart, like a lot of online services, want you to go there and stay there. And so what they do is they suppress your announcement in the news feed. So that's why it's important to subscribe. You can actually get notifications on Facebook events. So like every time Stupid O'Clock comes up, you get a notice. I set mine up so that when Stupid O'Clock comes on, I get a notice that you're on. Of course, sometimes I go to bed early and I see it the next morning, but I watch the reruns. But anyway, which helps too. But yeah, I did an experiment a year ago, and this was before the suppression became even more draconian. But I estimated just from that little number in the upper left-hand corner of my screen as we broadcast that I was losing 90% of my audience because of it. Now, I've got a whole lot of backlinks now. Thank you, Meredith Loughran, for that suggestion, which have been helping my get my message out and cross-pollinating my feeds. But by the same token, I'm always looking to increase the number of people that will watch to counteract the suppression. So if that makes any sense. So that's why it's so important, folks, when you see a show that you like, to share it on your Facebook page, or if you're watching on YouTube, if nothing else, give it a like. Just one like helps so very much. I almost knocked my iPad over. I'm a genius. Anyway, but yeah, it does help so very much when you share and recommend us to your friends. Please, we love that. And Charles F. Millhouse has a post here that we've just shot right by. Oh, cursed flywheel on the mouse. We're going to get back to it. Man, we're behind. We're going to try to catch up now. Tales of the Weird and Strange is coming your way in September with local legends and folklore told eerily by such talented writers as Scott Donnelly and Rick Bradley. And in January 2021, live the adventure with Pulp Reality #1, with new pulp talents like Bobby Nash, the great Bobby Nash, BobbyNash.com, Brian K. Morris, and Paul Burrell. Yay! All right, I'm so excited by that. And by the way, if you like Pulp Reality, you're gonna love Doc Saga, because not only are Paul Burrell is in that one, but so is Charles F. Millhouse, and also that hack Morris is in there too. But buy it anyway. And Clyde Hall, good morning, Nevermorians. Just in time of exploitation talk. Whoop! Yes. So definitely, when I scroll down here, I expected to see something about Doom Rocket, brother. Yeah, and I hope you're doing well. Love to you in Virginia. David Atkins says, now I'm imagining all Las Vegas where you lose your shirt, pants on fire, where the only thing left is why most happenings in Vegas stay in Vegas. Oh, David, your Freudian slip is showing once again. And Niobe Comics, good to see you, brother, is saying Cromcast 6. Oh, yeah. And Pops Van Zant, hashtag Hail Crom. That's right. And CromCon 6 from Pops Van Zant. You betcha. Give it the love. And hey, there's Paul Roof. Good to see you, man. Hope your morning's going well. Good morning to you, my friend. Eric Hawkins. And Brian, did you announce we are working on a project? I won't say anything, so you can tell people. I've been bragging about it, that we're going to be working together again, Eric. So, and I have you gotten the script yet? Because you know, Luke's told me I had the green light on it, so only I didn't have to make any changes in it either. He suggested something, and I didn't push back, but I had something else in mind. He said, let's keep it as it is. And I'm like, good. Anyway, just no. Yoko, ew, says David Atkins. Can't unsee that or the multiple women surrounding Rasputin, and now thinking of how to create the ugliest kid. Oh, David, we are getting a disturbing glimpse into your troubled psyche. Keep it coming. And Charles F. Millhouse, Doc Saga, you got that right, brother. It's going to be great. And another day, have a good one. Douglas, we are going to have a better one because you are here. Hope you're doing well. Douglas, put in links to your work, my friend. You don't promote yourself enough, in my humble opinion. And promotion time, says John B. Pica. Now, John does. New installment of the League of Impossibles webcomic dropping today, along with a brand new character bio from the Handbook of the Decalverse on Patreon /Impossibilist. Both are Patreon exclusives. Yeah, so check out the work of John B. Pica. He's got a lot of great things going on, and I've seen that comic. It is good. It is seriously good. Marvy Artwork says, Indie is kicking mainstream comics in the behind. Well, mainstream comics are giving us a great help by shooting itself in the foot. So, man, I'm still following the troubles at DC Comics. For those of you who didn't know, DC Comics is having a realignment because of their new corporate masters, AT&T, and the fact that AT&T is billions in dollars of debt. And so they're trying to make the stock look good by trimming was it, several hundred employees, but that's through all their divisions, not just DC Comics. But they fired the other publisher, replaced him, Jim Lee, with two other ladies, one of whom will be handling like the Young Readers line, which are very good books, by the way, very good original graphic novels, and the other one has a long history in comics and quality editorship. And Jim Lee is going to be taking a more creative position with the company, like a creative executive officer post like Jeff Johns, except probably from the art side. And they've fired like 4 or 5 of their editors. And this is now going to have to trickle down to the freelancers because they're going to cut the line down to approximately 30 titles, which is not quite half, with a little more than half of what they have been publishing for the last 10 years. They've been trying to maintain 52 comics per month of their mainstream line. This doesn't count like licensing properties like their Scooby-Doo line, etc. So we're waiting to see how this shakes out, but I knew this was going to be serious, Marv, because the news came out on a Monday. Stuff like this, I think they released the information Monday to placate the stockholders, give them some good news because they're thinking, oh, we've cut expenses, my stock will go up, which benefits AT&T. Because otherwise, for the reaction from comic fans, they should have released it on Friday. When, of course, it's a little less relevant with the 24-hour news cycle, but it used to be you put out bad news on Friday so that people had less time to talk about it. The Chameleon is looking forward to Doc Saga and reading the other tales. That's right, Cindy Kemp is going to be in that book, too. It is going to be so much fun. And Vampire Flesh Matters, says Sarah. Who would know? The burning, glowing ball of fire in the sky is bright and hot. Well, yeah, it's kind of sexy. I agree, Sarah. But you have nothing to fear from it. You are hotter. Anyway, hashtag buttbeard. Thank you, Pops Van Zandt. We got the word in. I've had to supply it the last few days. Thank you for saving me the effort. And Joe McHale, be right back. Me need more covfefe. Don't we all, brother? Don't we all? And Carl Whitman says, only 22 minutes in, and Dino Porn is mentioned. This show is off the rails. Excellent. This show is always off the rails. It is the usual burning dumpster fire that you've come to expect from this show. And if that wasn't enough, let's do this because that'll make this look better. Yeah, something's got to make this show look better. And it's kind of telling when Gordon Ramsay has to be that guy, Anyway, thank you for your valuable critique there. And let's get back to me. Anyway, let's see here. Okay, there we go. Got back to your comments. And there we go. Carl Witzman, all flesh matters, Sarah. That's what the zombies say. No, they're for brains. All brains matter. And David Atkins, my wife and I were imagining what living forever would be like. Would you ever get bored, get tired of your job, or maybe just get into a century slump? Scary thought. David, there's been several really good videos on YouTube about that. One of the best by Adam Savage of Mythbusters fame. He did it for, I think, Discovery Channel. You should be able to find it. But it was the theme was he was going to live forever, and after a certain point, he is getting increasingly more bionic parts to replace the flesh that wears out, and there reaches a point apparently when your brain gets full, like a hard drive, and you have to basically either delete memories that you don't want to keep, or you have to like maybe put them on the cloud somewhere for future access. So it's kind of like that one character from Doctor Who basically had to forget things from her past in order to make room for new memories, and wound up writing down everything. Bluegrass Comic-Con in Louisville, October 3rd. Oh, John, if you're going to be there, I'm hoping it comes off for you, brother. I really do. And indeed, Carl, hashtag flesh matters. I'm all about the flesh. Anyway, Douglas Stack, if it's not going away, masks everywhere, but open. It's not going away, masks everywhere, but open up. I agree. And the thing is, we probably could open up if more people would just start wearing the mask. And I know that there are some people that disagree with me. But and the thing is, yeah, we get conflicting messages, but scientists are pretty unified on the one thing: the best cure, or not, maybe not a cure, but the best way to suppress the spread, which is what we're concerned with, is the spread of the virus, is washing your hands and covering your face, whether it's with cloth, and it's not necessary so you don't get it, but it's so you don't spread it. It keeps the droplets out of the air, or helps keep the droplets. And yeah, it's inconvenient. Yeah, it's not the way I wanted to spend 2020, but here we are. Welcome to the new reality. Okay, and we're going to have to build it from here. Syndicap, to improve your chances of defeating the evil monsters, tune in to the Historical Fencing Guild tonight at 7 p.m. Central and check out what Nicholas Tockert is up to. Support your local swordmaster. Agreed. Yeah, Nick Tockert does some great videos and some shows on swordplay. And if you're a writer that deals with any sort of swordplay in your books, then please check it out. It's a really good time. He's fun, and he's one of the kindest people. I love him and his family to death. And Steve Ellsmo, very glad to see you, sir. Hope your morning's doing well. And if Big River Comic Con gets canceled, I am setting up a table at the end of the driveway, says Eric Hawkins. I'll probably be there with you, man. But 10 feet away. Hopefully not, though. I've been looking forward to this all year. Yeah. It's one of those things I really want it to happen, and especially since Darren Logue is such a great guy, for his sake and ours and Amy's and everyone else is going to be there sake, I really want it to happen. And we may be joined, and we're probably going to be joined by Teresa Dunn as well, who should have Poetry Expressions 2 out by then. But yeah, we and a lot of these things, it's not the promoter that cancels, it's the venue, because a lot of rental agreements have it that if the promoter cancels, they lose their deposit. That's quite a chunk of money. But if the venue cancels, then the venue will either refund the money or roll it over till next year. So, yeah, I'm hoping it comes off too. I'd like to get at least one show in this the rest of the year, but if it doesn't happen, I'm resigned to that too. CromCon 6, September 4th through the 6th on Indie Comic Cast on YouTube and Comics Cast on Facebook. And as always, in the comics-related madness, shameless plug. Don't you be ashamed of any promotion you do on this show, Pops. You do it loud, you do it proud, my brother. You hear me? All right, CityCap, if it doesn't get moved or canceled, I have one more con, QuadCon in Coralville on September 26th. QuadCon has been doing a lot of precautions. Woo! That is good news. We'll be praying for you, Cindy. We really want you to have this, all right? And you stay safe, too. The world needs you, hon. And Eric Hawkins, I'm not sure if they rescheduled the sketch battles for Big River Comic-Con, but we were supposed to have sketch battles between artists. We even had entrance music. Go away, COVID. That's right. I agree. Go away, you silly coronavirus, you. And shouldn't be assaulting people be a felony anyway? Eric, you would think so. My only concern is, like the southern part of Illinois, where they were suing Governor Pritzker for even trying to impose any sort of restrictions because of the coronavirus. I'm just waiting to see if they will even enforce the new executive order. I could see some southern judge saying, "Well, you beat the greeter at Walmart with a crowbar because they asked if you had a mask." Sorry, you got blood on your crowbar. Walmart is ordered to pay for the court costs and for the pain and suffering of the assaulter. Next case, sort of thing. And Joe McKeel, okay, back at point of masks and felonies. Yeah, well, that's the one thing. People don't look at the bright side of this coronavirus. When was the last time you got to enter a bank wearing a mask and not get in trouble? Just saying. Pops Van Zandt says, when politics meets science, the money is the only thing that matters. They let criminals out of prison so they don't get COVID, then threaten to put citizens in prison. I do not get moron logic. I don't either. And I think it's kind of funny that these high class, I should say high money people like R. Kelly are like, well, you've got to let me out of prison because because we've got coronavirus. I could catch coronavirus, and I'm important. You don't want me to catch coronavirus, so you got to let me out of prison. And besides, it's Friday afternoon, and I've got to go pick up my date from high school, sort of thing. But anyway, did I say that? Anyway, but yeah, zero sympathy. zero sympathy. And if anything, those guys should do. Now, I recognize that social distancing is virtually impossible in prison, but they could be issued masks, and I would say even give them the good ones. Give them, after the supplies get to the hospitals and first line service providers. I see a lot of people walking around with, the N95 mask. They have that little filter there. I'm wondering how many of them really need it. But I would give them to the prisoners. They're in there, and it's kind of cruel and unusual to expect them to get infected. So anyway, David Atkins, I keep warning so many, but it will be at least February before we see any common sense come back. Ah! I can't even think in my lifetime we've seen common sense be a common commodity. If it ever does, as the peace treaty being written in a few weeks may cue a remarkable event. Okay. Share your crystal ball with us on that one then. Eric Hawkins, are you a video game fan? Do you like crowdfunding? Check out Earthworm Jim graphic novel on Indiegogo, almost $200,000 in 48 hours. That is remarkable. And that's also what happens when you build your social platform correctly. John B. Pica, says Carl Witzman, just keep creating. Even if people don't seem to care, keep at it. You must create. That's true. And the thing is, like I keep saying, nothing succeeds like excess. The more you have to sell, and I think you'll do better once you get a couple of your Impossibilist comics out on the marketplace. That's the one thing. I think that's going to help you a lot. John, invest some time in helping other creatives and grow your community. They will help you grow after you promote them, says Ted Davies. Ted Davies knows. Ted has had remarkable growth the last 6 months, I would say. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ted. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But his visibility has risen. He has sold a lot of copies of his comics, and he is now the darling of YouTube. So what could be better? Anyway, but yeah, the rising tide works. No two ways about it, especially when you stop asking, what can it do for me? And start asking, what can I do for everyone else? Cindy Cap, I've heard about people attacking workers trying to enforce corporate policy. I used to work at the Wally World Vision Center, and people get in the face of little old ladies asking for receipts. Walmart had to hire security people for that job. Sad. Yeah, that is, and you see, and the thing is, you see a lot of people in the news, the Karens and Darrens who, have leveled up on their sense of entitlement. And, it's sad to see, but, the vast majority of people are doing what they're supposed to do. Before we got into 4.5 here in Indiana, you go into Walmart and those of us who wore masks could have died of loneliness. But now you go into Walmart and most people are not only wearing their masks, but they're wearing it correctly. And, and I admit I kind of give the stink eye to people that don't, especially when they have families. That is inexcusable. That really is. You're supposed to be setting an example. Eric Hawkins, did I somehow turn on closed captioning, or is this something you are doing? Sometimes closed captioning comes up. Now we do not have like transcripts on here, because God knows the stuff I talk about is incomprehensible. But that's one of the reasons I've kind of like tried to work on my diction, so that I can. So if the automatic closed captioning occurs, that maybe it'll get like 95% of what I say correctly, even if the speaker doesn't. And John, Brian, and all on here, you create. Yes, right. That is right. Not for others, but for yourself to release an amazing story or creation. Just put your passion for the story into letting others know what you made. Exactly. And then tell other people what you made so that they can share your joy. If I did art for others, David Atkins continues, the pressure would kill me, but I love creating something that I can be proud of even when no one sees it. Those who have seen my art seem to love it. Do it for you. That's great advice, David. Thank you very much for sharing that. Pops Van Zandt follows up with, seems we could have sent masks to the prisons if they work, right? Oh, Pops, there's a book story right there. Charles F. Millhouse says, and Pulp Reality will be filled with art by such talents as Ted Davies. Yeah, see, Ted, would you have gotten that 6 months ago, my friend? And Clayton Merwin, who is supplying the cover for Captain Hawkland and the Ghost Army, coming later this month. That is so exciting. Now, Cindy Cap says, John, I hear you. I get much crickets to many of my efforts. Sometimes it's the platform, squashing the efforts. Yeah. And that's kind of a catch-22. Taking a pause in your comments, Cindy, and it just kind of dawned on me recently that we send people to our Amazon sales page, and then Facebook, you know, you know, they cut back on the number of people who will see our message, which is why it's so important to keep hammering out the message. Pull the trigger on that shotgun and blast out your message as much as you can, so that more people will see it. It's numbers. It's a numbers game at this point. It might help to reach out specifically to someone to share content that might get you past the platform squashing. Yeah, and I've been sharing stuff from John, trying to at least. So yeah, and that's it. We got to work together, and it's sad when we have to band together against against our platform. Basically, Charles F. Millhouse says, "I carry on. Being a creator can be a lonely place, but you have to know in your heart someone likes your stuff, even if they don't respond." And yeah, that's true. And when they do respond, oh my God, is it a blessing or what? I get people to thank me for doing what I do, such as it is. So, yeah, John, high time to this, man. You're getting some love here and you're getting some wisdom. And Clyde Hall says, John, as far as that feeling of stepping forward and then seeing no result of actually losing ground as a writer, last year was a breakthrough. I did more writing than ever. Local venues and others panned out and people began to notice. Then my world changed before COVID and after. Every single stride I made vanished. Things to be published were not. 2020 has been spent slowly, painfully, dusting off and climbing back into the saddle. It's not easy. It never is. I don't do this for everyone, but you've got such an important message there, my brother. I have got to see if Facebook continued it. All right, yes. So I'm going to continue reading it. But the feeling of progress I've managed to reclaim is worthwhile. Never surrender. Never give up. From the best Trek movie never made. Words of wisdom from Clyde Hall. And we've all had setbacks. But what I have found, and I'm going to drop your comment here, Clyde. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone who's weighing in on this. I want to hear from more of you. But yeah, this year, when we started doing the lockdown, and I think the last show I did was with Clyde Hall back in February. A lot of sales were lost because of the corona. And it could have been a lost cause, but and I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm all that. I never want to sound like I'm all that, but I kept going and I kept writing, I kept networking, I kept creating, I kept trying to help others, and it sustained me over the summer. Our sales, we've had increased sales on Amazon, so we're exploiting that a little bit more now, and we have done our best to come back from it. And it's just, at this point, it is endurance now. It is numbers and endurance. We keep promoting. We keep hammering at it. We keep trying to lift each other up because it comes back. All right. I keep saying just about every major religion in the world has something about doing good or doing bad, and it comes back to you multiplied. So do good. Do good for others. That don't do it for yourself. Help a Charles Millhouse or a John B. Pica or a Clyde Hall or a Teresa Dunn or whomever. Help them and watch it come back to you. All right. And I am so serious about this. I don't want to make this rising tide thing sound like a cult, but you can think of worse cults to be in, I'll tell you that. And we don't have regular meetings either. Molly Daniels, got to go. Phone battery is getting low, and then I think I packed the charger in my suitcase just past Cesar. Oh, Cesar, yes. Oh, how are you going to keep him down? The Farm West AC Cesar. Oh, Molly, I know you're gone by now, but anyway, we love you. Have a great weekend, okay? Cindy Kemp says, John, sometimes my marketing efforts are up against too much traffic. For instance, a publisher now defunct scheduled a Barnes & Noble book signing for me the same weekend as Star Wars and Harry Potter both released a book before Christmas. Hashtag facepalm. Yeah. Yeah, timing has a lot to do with it. It really does. But sometimes if you keep hammering, you keep calling out your message, keep singing your song, they've got to take a breath eventually and you will be heard. Don't give up. That's the main thing. Philip Thompson, good morning to you, sir. Morning. Anybody know any good ghostwriting services? What is it? Freelancer.com. Freelancer.com is where you can bid on and offer your services for ghostwriting. In particular, a lot of content writing that gets done there. Philip, are you looking for somebody to write for you, or are you looking to write for someone? Anyway, Carl Wisman says, "Bye, Molly. Looking up Cesar, Illinois. That's in the southern part of the state, I believe, down around Anna, I think." And John B. Pica, huh? What? Huh? You're gonna have to give us some context, John. Huh? What? Anyway, and John B. Pike, on the flip side, a lot of great things are happening, but I come from live events as a storyteller, and I'm used to instant feedback from a live audience. C19 has taken that away, and it's been a hard adjustment. Yeah, and that's the thing, John. You've got a book out there. You got to keep beating the drum is the thing. And that's it. You've got to change your expectations. Yeah, I get feedback instantly on this show. Mostly people saying, "Brian, you're a jerk." But yeah, you have to keep at it. And you're in a different playground now, John. And if you're going to exploit it, you got to give it time. It took me about 3 years before I really started making some positive advances in my own career. So, but anyway, let's we're missing all kinds of cool people. We gotta go back. We had a bunch of comments dump in here. Dang it. So anyway, we're gonna get back and we're gonna try to zip through a lot of your comments here, okay? And David Atkins says, just to give a hint, the house has doors, but they are all traps. From chandelier darts to poison gas, the butler is only there to clean the bodies off the floor, then dump them in the furnace. And not that far away, says Carlene. That's true. That's true. And Christian Basil has some great advice here, I know. One of the hardest things doing as a creator for the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS is when an episode doesn't make it or doesn't perform well, and sometimes the answers are either questionable or non-existent. I just keep going. It's the hardest moment and heartbreak to anyone. I'm sure I speak for all the creators here. That moment puts you in a despair and inserts the quitting mentality. But one of the reasons I love watching Brian's show is watching everyone here celebrating their successes and learning from there. This is another good one. We have got to read it all. Okay, celebrating their successes and learning from their failures, but that one failure should never be an option. Giving up. Agreed, Christian. Much love, brother. Much super love on that. Yeah. As I keep saying, it takes time to become an overnight sensation. Look at the Beatles. By the time, they had been, John and Paul had been performing together as a duo since the mid-50s, and George joined them not long afterwards. And it took them several years of hard work and promotion to get to the point where all they needed were three magic elements, one being Ringo Starr, one being George Martin, one being Brian Epstein. Once everything fell in place. But if they had given up before then, how much great music and creativity would we be missing out on today? Eric Hawkins is also suppressing political memes, but only if they are poking fun at one party, not the other. How American of them. Well, Eric, it reminds me, for those of you who may be sick already of political ads, the paid political ads, there's 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner of all posts. Click on there. I am no longer getting paid advertising from either major candidate right now because I got better things to do than listen to those 2 idiots. Anyway, Joe McKeel, you watch all 2 hours of Stupid O'Clock on replay? God bless you. You need a life bad. I do have a bad life, and I listen to Stupid O'Clock to celebrate it. No, I love Stupid O'Clock. It is that after the convention, after hours convention conversation, science, geek culture, nerd culture. It is fantastic. Please check it out. It'll be on again tomorrow night, Saturday night at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central Time. And check it out. Joe and his crew are fun. They really are. Cindy Cap says, Joe, yeah, Facebook squashed 3 of my book release events in different ways, including changing the host from me to my author page so my friends list didn't get the announcement, blocking notifications because I didn't buy an ad, and putting people in a Facebook jail for spam because they were actually participating in the event. Yeah, I remember, especially that last one, what a mess. And if I do any sort of parties from this point on, Cindy, it is going to be on YouTube. YouTube has its challenges, it has its shortcomings, but my notifications show up. So, and also, if you're watching on Facebook, please check out my Facebook or my YouTube page, rather. Do a search for Brian K. Morris, and you will see my smiling face or smirking face, really. But not my resting bitch face, I promise. But anyway, please join us. We've got 111 subscribers right now. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed. And please join the crew. And also be sure to like the video you're watching and to subscribe and check the notifications so you get notified of when I am on all the time. And heck, Morris, the new COVID-19 in 2021. That's right. You want to? I don't have COVID. I've got the boogie woogie fever. That's right. Anyway, Douglas Deck at yolasite.com. Join the readers group and get a free ebook. That's what I'm talking about, Douglas. That's what I love to see, sir. Hope and check out his work. Please check out his work. David Atkins, I'm going to enjoy making the art for this book. Dead bodies in a couple of rooms, and a couple of rooms where the floors are missing and dropping into a boiling sulfur spring. So fun! And now, as everyone backs up away from David Atkins, making sure never to take their eyes off of him like he's a weeping angel, and doing it not for social distancing reasons, and Cindy Cap says, I'd say so. And that's a highly disturbing and very beguiling coming from you observation. And Christian Basil, indie comic over DC Marvel. Hashtag try writing better comics. That's my goal, brother. That is so my goal. And we're going to be doing it soon. Trust me. DC down to 31 titles, asked John B. Pica. That's actually good. Focus on quality versus quantity. The thing is, John, they're going to be focusing on their core titles. So you'll still see action, Detective, Superman, Batman, Flash, Justice League, and the like. But you're going to see fewer experimental titles, I suspect, and they are going to be switching more attention to the digital side of their offerings, which doesn't bother me. I think that'd be great. And Jeffrey Hayes has joined us. Jeffrey, my friend, good to see you, and thank you, Charles F. Millhouse, for uniting me with this incredibly talented gentleman. Good morning, Brian. Have your broadcast on one screen while painting Titanic monsters on the other screen. Well, welcome to the Morris Monsters here. So you've got like a full screen of monsters to choose from. Jeffrey is a very talented artist. Please check out his work. I have, and I am grateful. We are going to be doing business soon. Bill Sargent, saw you sneak in. Hope your morning's going well, sir. But yeah, Jeffrey, and please, Jeffrey, if you have a website or a business page, put that in the comments, because that's what we're doing here. All right. That's what we do every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. Central. David Atkins from YouTube says, now I'm trying hard to find a way to incorporate the hanging tassel into the story. May not happen, but would enjoy it. You see, the hanging tassel there are two of them. They have a purpose. One is you grab it and you yank on it and it activates the floor trap beneath you. But the other one, you activate the trap and it's your only hope of escape and swinging to the other side and to safety. But it's tantalizingly just out of reach. Unlike me. And Pops Van Zant's shameless plug, do it. Mojo Risen live on Kickstarter right now, connecting covers with Voodoo Nation. It is awesome. Get both today. Promotion ends in hours, not days. Put some urgency on this, people. Check both those projects out. Those are beautiful covers, by the way, Pops. Looking forward to it. And hashtag get your mojo on. All right. And Christian Basil says, because I'm all about that flesh, about that flesh, about that flesh. No treble. Hashtag Sarah. And Harley Slavic, greetings. Hope everyone is well. HarleySlavic.com. Good to see you, Harley. Hope you're having a great morning. And regarding wearing masks, retailers hate it. I have a friend who is a loss prevention executive with Walmart, and shoplifting has gone through the roof during C-19. Yeah, seriously. And the flash mobs of thieves in Champaign, Illinois, their major mall, had an incident at the start of this where somebody got on Facebook and called all his friends and said, hey, listen, at 3:00, I'm going to go down to the mall. Who's up for some rioting? And they went in and basically cleaned out the store and closed the mall for quite some time. So yeah, this there are times when this is showing off the best of us, I think, who are, in my opinion, the people doing what is necessary, helping other people, checking on those who can't get out, maintaining contact with people, broadcasting every day, which I did for a while till I wore out. And, there are people who are stepping up, all of you, providing entertainment and products and services for people who can't get out to the movies or to plays or anything like that. Um, you know, there have been some bad players, man, but there's also been some good ones too. And as like I've been saying for months, um, adversity does not create character. It doesn't build it. It reveals it. You guys have nothing to be ashamed of. And Bill Sarton, TGIF, Nevermorians. Bill Sarton, good to see you, sir. Hope your morning's going well. Harley Slavic says, my company now has a Twitter page, so check out his Twitter page on there. I've started following it. You should too. David Atkins, would the story Enter and Die be something Cussler would enjoy or have some reference for? Starting to imagine it being similar to his books, but wanted funnier and snarky. Clive Cussler would not appreciate that one bit. He's dead. Anyway, Zoom. There he is, Zim Geek. Randy Zimmerman, a pleasure as always, sir. Took 60 days to get my deposit returned from a venue I had a canceled show at. I'm just glad they returned it. Yeah, I've read. I've not had any problems. Of course, I'm rolling over what few I've had to pay for. But Randy, I'm glad you got yours back, because I have talked to a number of people that the promoters just basically said, "Oh well, thanks. Well, we've got to pay off our debt, so thank you for helping us." And that's it. And by the way, be sure to buy your table for next year. At which point I tell them where they can put the table in sideways and the chairs. But anyway, but yeah, I'm glad you got your money back, man. I'm seriously. And also, don't forget, check out indievolt.com, where you can see some great broadcasting at 9 p.m. on various weekday nights and also on the Saturday night. Also, they have a radio station, a TV station where you show all kinds of really cool stuff and play some independent music. And also great talk on Indie Volt Live. And also Thursday morning, Randy Zimmerman and Barry and Grant host the 9 a.m. coffee break. So please check it out. Great to have you here as always, Randy. But yeah, that's good news, man. Let's see, I'm thinking. I'm only a guest at the shows I've got left. So I say only a guest. I'm grateful. But only 4 more possibilities, and they're all every weekend in October. So fingers crossed I can make at least one. We'll see what happens. Anyway, Carl Witzman continues saying, it's not zombies or vampires that you need to fear. It's other human beings. And that's why you should check out Carl Witzman's great book. Really quick read, The Mad Gasser, Cheerleader of Calhoun County, based on real life incidents. So check that out on lulu.com. Check out that address and give that some love. All right. And Pops Van Zandt has a link to his Kickstarter campaign, Rogue Mahan and Mojo Risen issue 1. You want to get that. And Cindy Kep says common sense is a superpower. Cindy Kep, you are right. So right. It does a lot of good, but it sure doesn't happen very often. And there she is, author Michaela Jade. Hello, I am here. Sorry I'm late for class, teacher. I must be punished. Well, Michaela, turn yourself over the professor's knee right here, and we will administer punishment. Oh, yeah, it could take hours. Pops Van Zandt says 6 years in prison. They never let me out for H1N1 or MRSA, which was in the yard. Politics, yeah. Yeah, seriously. Well, and that's the thing. Yeah, the thing is, though, H1N1 was not as infectious as the Myshorona myelocyrus virus. So yeah, it's bad. It is bad, and it's hard to know what the right answer is. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I don't have an answer for this. All we can do is just keep creating, keep promoting, and make our corner of the world a little prettier. My dad was a lieutenant in the prison, says David Atkins, and implemented a few lockdowns would prevent a lot of riots, a lot of rapes, and more. But many would have to start giving finger food to all prisoners. Well, that's what happens. And he continues, there's a ton of issues in trying to hold all prisoners in their cells. That is true. That is true. And I'm seeing reports on a lot of open revolt, let's call it, which I understand. They're sitting targets, unfortunately. Pops Van Zandt, I learned to social distance in prison. Sad but true. And say, okay, soapbox put away. Comics, says Pops Van Zandt. Well, I didn't know you'd been in, but I'm glad you're back with us, man. You're a great guy. You really are. Harley Slavic says, added more items to our store at harleyslavics.com. Still have Spencer's book available. And if Travis Gibb is good on copies of issue 1 of Broke Down, then we have some copies of his book also available. Very cool. And you can't even get that cover anymore, says Travis Gibb. Okay. Then let's help Harley Slavic get rid of his copies, right? Travis, good to see you, and congratulations on your current Kickstarter. Please pledge to that in the remaining hours. Carl Witzman getting in line to punish Michaela. Oh, yeah, if there's anything left, and if she can still stand up, you can have it. Have her, rather. Anyway, Meredith Logren, good morning, Nevermorians. Meredith, hope you got something to eat last night. Meredith was a little cranky last night. She even told me to shut up yesterday. My tears never dry. Anyway, Meredith has got some great plans going on. Glad to see her here. As always, Carl Witzman says the giantess appears. Carl Witzman gives the floor to Paul Ruff and all the dirt on it. Can't wait till September when the Tales of the Weird and Strange come out, because I do have a story in it. First time in print. Well, good for you, Paul. Congratulations. And Cindy Kemp says, Rising Tide is the bomb diggity, the bag of chips that come with all that. Thank you, Cindy. And also don't forget CKOEPP.com. That's Cindy Kemp's Facebook, or not Facebook, but her webpage. Great content on there. And sign up for her monthly newsletter. It's free and it is fantastic. It's a great read. And Charles F. Millhouse says, your story is outstanding. Cool. Amy Hale says, Cesar, that's not far from me, Molly. Yeah, definitely. Excuse me. Yeah, when I travel and I know I've got a little time to spend, I try to let my friends in the area know I'm going to be there. And I say, oh, yes, we did read this from John B. Pica, and it bears repeating that, he is a live entertainer. And, that kind of hit me because a lot of my friends who were in community theater couldn't do what they wanted to do. They couldn't exercise their passions. And, it's bad when Broadway in New York is closing down for the rest of the year and for the foreseeable future. So hopefully we'll find a new normal. I don't know. And Patricia Shaw Gossage, glad to see you here. Hope your morning's going well, hon. But yeah, we have got to work to make a new world. Like I've been saying, we never really went back to normal as we knew it after 9/11. And that's almost 20 years ago. This is going to create some new challenges that we are going to have to live with for the foreseeable future. So good luck to everyone else after I go away. Anyway, Travis Gibb, hope you, Mrs. Gibb, and the boys are staying safe, says Harley Slavic. Also, I look forward to the future of Voodoo Nation and your works in general. Definitely. Pops Van Zandt says Facebook groups, and this group is for networking and promoting. You're all welcome to join. Thank you so much, Pops. And I just shot past a whole bunch of great comments again. So let's see. Hold on here. We're going to catch up. Rick Bradley, glad to see you here. Always a pleasure. And Phil Lockler, good morning to you. And let's see. Oh, here we go. There we go. David Atkins. Anyone else hear of the prophecy of a few religions when peace comes to the Middle East and how Trump is the one to instigate it? And now Trump is the one to instigate it, hoping it does not fall through. Want to see that treaty signed. Well, who was it? Was it Jimmy Carter? Yeah, I think it was Jimmy Carter also brokered a peace in the Middle East at one point. See how that fell apart. And morning, y'all, from Phil Lockler, who's got a great broadcast going on the Facebook there. Please check it out. And sounds like I gotta start whining and get on there. It sounds so good. Anyway, Cindy keep singing your song when the chameleon sings. Yeah, it's going to come out in Doc Saga, the first book. It's going to be great. I'm not going to plug my artwork page or Facebook group today, says Bill Sarden, in order to do something more important, and hope you will too. My very talented artist friend, Romeo Tanghall Sr., has suffered a family tragedy with his niece lapsing into a coma after a blood clot near her brain. This had also happened to his wife. Romeo will not accept any donations, but agreed that he'd do commission work to help pay for the surmounting hospital bills. We're going to continue this, man. This is important. Let's see if I can get to you. Where are you? Where are you? Robert Beatty, glad to see you, sir. Hope your morning's going well. I'm trying to find something here. Da, 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 da. Dang it, I'm not finding it on my feed here. It's not showing up on Facebook. But anyway, please go to the art of Bill Sarnett, Sarnart76, or to his personal page on Facebook for more details. Bill, thank you for sharing that. StreamYard has cut off your message, and Facebook isn't feeding it to me on my iPad. So sorry about that. So if you want to put in a separate link to all that stuff, I recommend you do it. Rick Bradley, good morning, Never Mornings. Good morning to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And Rick Bradley says, just because your car breaks down in the middle of nowhere and the surrounding woods look like they're breathing in the darkness oozes after you, that doesn't mean you're in danger, does it? Find out when you order the introduction to Rick Bradley's Eden Falls trilogy, Marvin's Night Out, right now on Amazon in paperback and digital format. Check it out. I hope that book's doing well, man. I haven't checked on it in a while. And Harley Slavic, oh, thanks to Eric, Brian K. Morris, Eric Hawkins, Travis Gibb, and others for following our Twitter page. It is a pleasure, and thank you for following us back. Harley, thank you. I appreciate that. And Rick Bradley says, come check out my author page at Facebook, rbradley42. I hope to see you there. He posts some funny things and updates to upcoming projects and has his website at authorrickbradley.com. We're trying to catch up on comments here. So check out the work of Rick Bradley. He's amazing. And he's going to be in Doc Saga too. Syndicate vintage cartooniness is needed in these trying times. So check out Sarnart76, where everything old is new again. Harley Slavic says, go ahead out. Stay safe. You too. Check out harleyslavic.com. It is awesome. Phil Thompson, I meant for me, and I'm going Fiverr. Well, good for you. Good for you. Fiverr has a number of people who could probably do that for you. And you grab it and you pull on it. Drink. Anyway, trying to catch up. Hey, everyone, if you haven't backed it yet, Voodoo Nations has 22 hours left on Kickstarter. I'm sure Luke Stone and Travis Gibb would love any last-minute love on that. It's easy to do. Just click on that link and pledge what you feel comfortable. Even $1 will help. And if nothing else, please share their promotion, okay? That helps a lot. And hashtag bring cookie home. Cindy Kep, that is the mission, my sweet. Thank you very much for that. And hopefully we can all rise above the coming years, that we can all bring our special ones home, okay? And Cookie's cooking something downstairs. It smells amazing. We may have to cut this show off real soon. Jeffrey Hayes is an outstanding artist, and he's working on my next project. Well, Charles, he's also working on my next project, too, once I figure out what I want. Rick Bradley, well, my break is almost up. Normally I'll listen while I'm still taking calls, with this new position I'm in requires focus. As long as it's not painful, Rick, and you get to stand up every now and then. Well, good luck on your new position. All right. Hopefully it's not a receiving clerk. Anyway, Jeffrey Hayes says, thank you, sir. Have a great day, Rick. Thank you for letting me abuse you. Anyway, thank you, sir. And Zim says, Pops Van Zandt, who is a frequent guest on the Indie Volt shows, and a wonderful one at that. And Christian Basil says, wakey, wakey, Michaela Jade. All right. And she's over on YouTube, Christian. Where all good people are. Jeffrey Hayes, terrible at self-promo. Thank you for the reminder. And that's www.plasmafiregraphics.com. That's an awesome name, brother. Anyway, Jeffrey, please feel free to share that on my profile page, and I'll share it on the Rising Tide page too. And Zim Geek says Grand Rapids Con is still hopeful. November, great show. I gotta check it out one of these days. I think I'm like an 8-hour drive from Grand Rapids, though. I think. It's up there. But anyway, but yeah, that would be fun. I'd like to meet you in person, Randy. And Randy's going, let's not be so hasty here. Anyway, Phil Locklear says, Demonation page is up and running, and where tonight's and future shows will be simulcast, as well as on YouTube. Please like, follow, and share. Keep it indie, y'all. We are doing just that. And Phil Thompson says, how do you market your book? Badly some days, Philip, but you just keep mentioning it, keep telling people why you are wonderful, and just never give up. That's the thing. David Atkins, sorry to leave, but need coffee, breakfast, and more writing. Not wrote this fast since my first boom. Stay safe. Share a smile to cure hate. And chin up. Next step, but keep praying. Love you guys. Love you too, David. Thank you, man. Have a great weekend. Cindy Kep says, sign up for Rising Tides newsletter. If you missed the last one, you missed the fun links and nifty info. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And also sign up for Cindy Kep's newsletter. It is great reading. It really is. I love it. I look for it's one of the newsletters I actually look forward to. I see it pop up and I give myself some time to read it because it's worth it. It is a great bombdigalicious newsletter at ckoepp.com, and also check out Animal Eye on Amazon, also available from bearpublications.com. So thank you, Cindy Cap. One way or another, we're going to help each other rise. You know that, right? And Pop Sans Ant, weed my weakness, my bane. I've never smoked dope. I never have. It probably doesn't explain the brain damage, but I've never even been tempted. Now, that doesn't mean I've not had secondhand smoke, but it's never affected me that I can tell, aside from eating the entire Doritos aisle. But anyway, but no, seriously, I've never had any inclination. But if that's what gets you through the day, more power to you, Pops. And don't forget to tip your host. Don't forget to tip your host at paypal.me/risingtidebkm. And it's capital BKM on that. Not correcting you, just saying it for the people who might be just listening. We have a tip jar that if you wanted to send us $5, $10, $20,000, we are available, and we are not going to spend it on personal items. In fact, this weekend we're probably going to buy a brand new camera for this show, because I saw the one Carl Whitsman's going to be using tonight on the Green Room broadcast that he is hosting, and that is one sweet looking picture. I'm currently using one of my old laptops, my HP notebook POS, I think it is. I don't remember what model it is. But anyway, it's a good computer, but I bought this like 4 or 5 years ago, I think, and it's significantly slower than my other one. But this is set up so I can broadcast. Within 2 minutes, I can get ready for a show, which, by the way, we will have today at 4 p.m. on the channels you're watching now. But please go over to the MAPLD FanFest page, because they are holding a virtual con. In fact, it started already, and I'm keeping you from it. I feel so bad now. But anyway, we're going to have a good time. We're going to talk about comics, independent comics versus the mainstream. So if you love independent comics, come on in and let's discuss why they are more awesome, aside from the fact that I am writing them. And the Demonation page, I believe we read that earlier. Yes, we did. It's up and running, so check it out and share the love of that thing, all right? And Pops Van Zant says Facebook is for networking and promoting, and we're welcome to join. Thank you. And Paul Roof thanks Charles for his compliment. And you do the voodoo that you do so well. Oh, I love a musical reference there, Cindy. Thank you so much for that. You've got a special kind of magic, too, And Pops Van Zant, Bill Sarton, please post in the madness. And okay, rant, says Robert Beatty. Brace yourselves, America. Why in the blue hell do you need to wear a mask walking down a sidewalk or walking down the highway by yourself? You, according to science, you don't, as long as you maintain 6 to 10 feet from anyone else who is a stranger, someone who's not basically living in your house or your apartment or your cardboard box or your van down by the river. But you don't, according to science. I mean, it is a little overkill, to be honest. Or if you're driving in your car by yourself, you don't really need it. It's only when you are in like a place with less air movement. That's the key. When you're outside, you got plenty of air movement. If you're in your car, it doesn't matter. But if you're in Walmart, it matters plenty. If you're in a restaurant, it matters until you start to eat. So anyway, so if that's if are they making you do that in Illinois? That's a bit over, I think. But then again, you guys are a hot spot. You really are. And we're on a spike too. We have not reversed our spike. In fact, we have. I watched our governor's live stream the other day, and we in Indiana have definitely bit into our reserves significantly, and our infection rate is astronomical. So we're going to be catching up with you soon, Illinois. I'm sorry to say. The rest of Bill's note. Go to thank you, Cindy Kemp. You're amazing. Thank you so much. This is for Romeo Tanghall Sr., whose daughter has a blood clot that he is not taking donations, but Romeo Tanghall is taking commissions for art. And he's an incredible artist. He's one of the he came over in one of the first waves of the Philippine artists in the 70s to DC Comics. He's inked for DC, Marvel, and other companies, and he's probably most noted for his long run inking George Perez on the new Teen Titans. So you know this guy does good work, and he's a good penciler as well as inker. Now, Cindy continues Bill Sargent's note. Go to my Facebook page, Sarnart76, and share his post, as I have to get Romeo some help and be the rising tide that I know all of you are. Thank you. Thank you, Cindy Kemp. Thank you, Bill Sarn. We will do it. Bill, post on my profile page, and I'll get it over to Rising Tide, okay? You got my word. We are going to help this guy, all right? Bill Starn, sorry to see that StreamYard failed to show my comment in its entirety. Please share Romeo Tanghall Sr.'s post to help him get commission work to pay for his niece, hospital bills. You can find the post on my personal Facebook page and on the artwork of Bill Starn by clicking on Starnart76. Please be a part of the rising tide that I know you all are. Thank you, Bill. That is worth repeating. And want to know what I'm writing? Definitely, Philip. If you think you can reveal it, I would. If you're not ruining any surprises, we'd love to know. And Bill Sarn says join Carl Wisman tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time in the green room and witness his new technological marvel with his blurry VistaVision camera. It is. You must be looking at a different one than I saw yesterday, Bill, because the view I saw yesterday that was like video porn for me. That was great stuff. And whatever Cookie is cooking is smelling great, making me hungry. Thinking about the Subway sandwich in our fridge. Oh, this is hot, and it's just like Cookie. It's hot and it's juicy. Anyway, so anyway. We've got a new comment, and I hope to God it's good. Oh, it's John B. Pike. It's going to be good. Hey, gang, got to run do an ACA health insurance enrollment for one of my superstar clients. Well, you're a superstar too, John. We just got to let the rest of the world know it. Okay, John, thank you for sharing your comments this morning, and thank you for that one. It is, it's a good reminder that not everyone is used to delayed gratitude like authors and artists. So, John, we'll get you there. We'll help get you there. If you're drinking properly, it's all blurry. Well, that's true, and Carl may have gotten an early start on his show tonight. The book is called Imagination. I like it so far. I like it, Philip. Oh, tell us some more if you want to. Christian Basil says, join the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS at HarlequinCon 2020 this Saturday from 11 a.m. to midnight Eastern. The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS will be interviewing the actress who played Rosita in The Next Doctor. Oh, cool. Go to HarlequinCon 2020 and on Facebook and subscribe and tell them that the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS sent you. What is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS? If you are any sort of Doctor Who fan, you got to get involved.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
All right, and is that a worthwhile message? Should you be checking out what Christian Basil's going to be doing? Batman says you should. In fact, Superman thinks it's a good idea. It's a really good idea. And don't forget that also we're going to be competing for 1 hour today at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central. A great virtual comic convention is on at MAPLD FanFest on Facebook and on YouTube. We will be live casting this afternoon, and we're going to be talking about independent comics. So my friends in the independent comics field, we'd love for you to come and preach the cause, brothers. Now, I still have a love for a number of mainstream comics, but my heart is mostly in the independents these days. And also we'll be trying to get, I'd like to give some tips for people on how to get into the market. So Pops and everyone here who has connections in the community, please let everyone know that I'm going to be doing this. And I'd love to get a good response for this. I think it'll help. It's done through the Matteson, Illinois Public Library. And again, I want to say a huge thank you to Maria Gonzales for inviting me and giving me a platform to spout off. So please check it out today at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central. I will be on the usual places here as well as on their channel, MAPLD FanFest, to spread the word on comic books. So please join us, all right? We'll be on at 4 p.m. today, 3 p.m. Central. talking independent comics versus mainstream comics. And then tomorrow we're going to be on at the same time. I'll be joined by Jack Gonzales, a fine artist, and we're going to talk about world building. So that's going to be a really good time. So let's close out on your comments here. Carl Witzman is obviously prepping for the show tonight, as we still have nearly 2 liters of gin to get through. Well, you can do it, but leave at least a glass for Carla, or excuse me, for Donna, Carlene. Joe McKeel, Facebook sucks. Facebook smucks. Okay. I think I was right the first time. Had to make a new page for Stupid O'Clock. What? Seriously? Why? If you like the old page, please go like the new one. Yeah, definitely. Hey, Joe, put that on my page too for the new page, and we'll help promote it. Okay, man. We got to get you. We got to make it right here. And huge thanks to Cindy Kep for all the support. Nick Tockert there, incredibly talented man, wonderful guy. And one way or another, we gotta have FezCon this year, even if it's just you, me, Amanda, and Cookie, right? But anyway, Nick is an incredible talent. He writes, he draws, he's on Amazon. Check out his work as well as his wife Amanda's. And Nick is also a master at sword play and knife play. So please check out his show tonight, starting at 7 p.m. on YouTube, where he's going to teach you how to kill each other safely. And also check him out. He's also working on a role-playing game, a tabletop role-playing game involving hybrids, the Sons of Gods by Luke Stone. It's gonna be good. And I didn't mean that Carl's new camera is blurry. Carl and Donna are gonna be blurry. Okay, Bill. Okay, glad we clarified that. Phil Thompson says the story, Imagination, is about a 22-year-old who is a fantasy writer, and after reading and writing so many stories, he wishes to go on an adventure. He finds a book called Imagination, and he becomes the book's main character. That sounds awesome, Philip. Keep working on it, brother. Keep working on it, my friend. And I just went and liked Stupid O'Clock. That'll teach you, Carl. But anyway, no, Stupid O'Clock, great show. It's on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. And it'll be on tomorrow night at 11 p.m. or 10 p.m. Central. And it's that after-hours conversation at the convention that you love. Great hosts, great guests. It's a fun time. I love listening to it, so definitely check it out. And I won't spoiler anything else. Good man, Phil. Keep us wanting more, and keep us posted on that, okay? And good luck with your finding a writer on that. But anyway, that's what we've got going right now. So let's get a couple more messages to show some people that we do love them. And let's see, here we go. And we'll be back in about 2 minutes, okay? So get some more coffee. We're all going to need it.
If you love comic books, you'll love ComicsPriceGuide.com, the world's largest comic book price guide. Basic membership is free, and you'll have access to an amazing message board with a fantastic community of your fellow collectors. You can also upload your comic book inventory and manage its value in real time. Learn more about your favorite comics with their database of over 950,000 comics. It's a great place to sell, buy, or trade comics. So celebrate being a geek and sign up for ComicsPriceGuide.com today. Looking for highly entertaining pop culture podcasts with high production values? Then check out the Journey into Comics podcast network at JourneyIntoComics.com. Nate Phillips and his crew deliver an amazing variety of downloadable podcasts on a variety of pop culture subjects. From comic books to entertaining with friends. From Doctor Who to professional wrestling. If you have a geek interest, the Journey into Comics podcast network is made just for you. For a complete downloadable selection of their shows, go to JourneyIntoComics.com. You can also subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, Podbean, and Stitcher Radio. So, for an incredible selection of pop culture podcasts that consistently deliver insight and humor, check out JourneyIntoComics.com today.
All right. Thank you very much for your patience there. Please check out the advertisers that you've seen on this show. And also check out the original Skyman battles the Master of Steam. That's been picking up steam this summer. We've the sales on that have definitely increased, and now's your chance to find out why. It's available in paperback and in digital form. And if you go to let's see, if you go to the scrolling message down at the bottom of this page to paypal.me/rising tide capital B capital K capital M for Brian Kevin Morris. Please send $20 and I will take care of the postage and I will sign a copy of Skyman to you personally. I make the same offer for Santastein. And for 25 I will send you a copy of Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, or just contact me via direct message on Facebook, and I'll explain the pricing on that. But we will pay the postage, and we'll get it out in the mail to you within 24 hours. Carl Witzman says every time I hear that announcement on the ad, I have to take a break. Yeah, I feel the same way when I hear my voice. Anyway, swamped with the task of writing a review for all the cool books you've read, check out Amazon Reviews, made less impossible to find a template and all the info you need to write a great review. Thank you, Cindy. Also tells you why reviews are so helpful to your favorite authors and how it costs you nothing but a little bit of time. And Cindy Kep says, and if you need a book to review, I can help you with that. I think if you go to ckoepp.com or go to Barrick Publications or to Amazon and do a search for Cindy Kep, you'll find some great books that are review worthy indeed. And not yet, says Robert Beatty, but I'm waiting for JB to issue the order next. But the other day, I seen a guy walking down US 40 by himself and just seen some lady walking down the sidewalk in town by herself wearing a mask. I think she had a sword. Well, that explains it, because she's wearing a mask because she is going to avenge the honor of her clan and doesn't want any reprisals, if at all possible. She wears the mask to protect her loved ones, literally. Anyway, Carl Witzman, requiring a sword isn't until next month. That wacky gal. And I do like that commercial, Brian. Yeah, didn't Christian do a great job on that? And also Carl put together, excuse me, the one for comicspriceguide.com, which just passed its 1 millionth comic, by the way, in its great database. And also journeyintocomics.com. I got to check in on those guys. I haven't listened to them in a while. I need to know they're all right. Anyway, so that catches us up with your comments. And I want to thank everyone for participating in today's show. Now, please don't forget, excuse me, get out the power strip, because here come the plugs. Anyway, thank you, Christian Basil, for that. Thank you, Christian Basil, for everything. Anyway, and to you, Meredith Logren, as always, for being the giantess for us all. Anyway, please check out last Tuesday's Clever Title Pending. It's in our archives on YouTube, and on the playlist on YouTube, and in our archives on wherever you're watching this now, probably. We had Luke Stone and Eric Hawkins talking about crowdfunding for comic books. It was a very informative and very fun show, so we think you'll enjoy it too. And don't forget, this coming Tuesday, we'll be talking to author, editor, publisher, and show promoter Jen Thompson. She is a delight. You will love her too. She will be on Clever Title Pending with me as my solo guest, so bombard her with questions. She's got a lot to teach you. And that's going to be this coming Tuesday at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central Time. And let's see, Robert Bay says, Carl Witzman, she's trying out for Mortal Kombat. Oh, at least she's got a goal. Want to thank Josh Bauer of J. Bauer Art for that commercial. He is awesome. Yes, he is, Christian. He did a fantastic job. And that's a wrap, folks. Get your lunch in the commissary. I'm going to get my lunch, too. Cookies driving me nuts in more ways than one. And Joe McKeel, if you guys want to send me those commercials, please do at hollowcom@gmail.com. We can discuss compensation later. Yeah, seriously. I would be glad to. Let's please remind me, Joe. It's going to be a busy day for me. And questions everywhere? I think so. And fortunately, let's get some answers. Finishers as Christian Basil and Robert Beatty. Hashtag bring cookie. Hashtag keep cookie home. Thank you, Robert, as always. And thank you for being here, Robert. And thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all in ways that you cannot even fathom. And I hope you all have a great day. Hope you come watch, check me out at the MAPLD FanFest this afternoon. at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, where we talk about independent comics versus the mainstream. But even if you don't like comics, come on by and just join in the Folderol. We're going to have a 60 minutes of maybe the next best couple hours to this. But anyway, we're going to be on for an hour this afternoon, so we hope you'll join us and give us some support. We'll also be on tomorrow, Saturday at 4 p.m., 3 p.m. Central, doing a special Nevermind the Furthermore again for the MAPLD FanFest, and I'll be joined by Jack Gonzales, and we're going to talk about world building and general creativity. So please bring your questions. We hopefully will have some answers. So anyway, folks, thank you for watching today's episode of Nevermind the Furthermore for August 14th, 2020, almost halfway through the month. And again, please join us next week for a full 3 days of Nevermind the Furthermore at 10 a.m. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, as well as Clever Title Pending at 8 p.m. Tuesday night with Jen Thompson and myself. Be sure to check out our website, risingtide.pub, where you can subscribe to our free monthly newsletter. At the first of every month, it goes out where I list my personal appearances, special things going on with Rising Tide, occasional discounts and free books, special offers, guest editorials, and secret links that are sure to delight you, as well as motivation, inspiration, and education. So please join our list of subscribers. We would love it if you did. And if you're watching on YouTube, please give this video a like, and please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so that you'll be notified of all of our upcoming shows as we schedule them. And if you're watching on Facebook, please go to the Rising Tide Publications page and give that a like. We're at around 2,200 subscribers to that page. We post 3 or 4 times daily, every calendar day. And you can see also what your fellow creative friends are up to there. And so in closing, excuse me, I got to go clear my throat for about 45 minutes before I do the FanFest this afternoon. Anyway, please join us this afternoon at 4 p.m. We look forward to seeing you. And as always, this is Brian K. Morris saying, don't forget to stay smart, stay safe, wash your damn hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching Never Mind the Furthermore.
Thank you for tuning in to Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Publications and Brian K. Morris production. Member of the Comic Book Advocating Network and sponsored by GeekInsider.com. Become part of our show with sponsorship and advertising opportunities. For details, contact advertising at GeekInsider.com or visit podcast.geekinsider.com. The Geek Insider podcast is available on your favorite app, so please hit the follow button and share it out to your friends, because if you don't, you might have to turn in your geek card.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!